If you are between the ages of 65 and 80 and can still do this one thing, then let me tell you something straight from the heart. You are a rare gem, and more than that, you are on a path that may very well carry you to the age of 100 and beyond. Now, I am not speaking in metaphors. I am not trying to be poetic or dramatic. I am speaking as a doctor who has spent decades studying aging, health, and longevity. I am speaking as someone who has sat across from thousands of patients. I have held their hands, I have listened to their fears, and I have seen what separates those who merely survive from those who thrive. So what is this powerful marker I am talking about? It is the ability to walk, not just the ability to shuffle around the house or make your way to the mailbox. I mean truly walk, steady, strong, with purpose and rhythm. If you are between 65 and 80, and you can walk briskly, confidently, and without significant support, you are carrying one of the strongest indicators of long life inside your body. You might not think of walking as something special. You may even take it for granted. But in the world of medicine, gait speed is one of the most reliable predictors of life expectancy in older adults. Multiple peer-reviewed studies have confirmed this, including a large analysis published in the Journal of the American Medical Association. In this analysis, researchers followed nearly 35,000 adults over the age of 65. What they found was stunning. Individuals who walked at a speed of 1 meter per second or faster had a significantly higher chance of living longer than their slower counterparts. In fact, walking speed was a stronger predictor of survival than even age, gender, or chronic illness. Now let me put that into context. 1 meter per second is not a sprint. It is a moderate pace. It means being able to cross a small room in about 1 or 2 seconds. If you can walk that quickly, your body is doing something remarkable. Your heart is strong enough to pump blood efficiently. Your lungs are functioning well. Your nervous system is communicating smoothly with your muscles. Your balance, coordination, and strength are all intact. It is a symphony of health, and many people do not even realize they are conducting it every time they take a brisk walk down the street. I have treated patients in their 70s and 80s who could still walk a mile without needing to rest. Their eyes sparkled with energy. Their minds were sharp. They were not just physically active. They were emotionally engaged with life. They made plans, they had routines, they had meaning. And so many of them had one thing in common. They walked every single day. And when they could not walk outside due to weather or mobility limitations, they found ways to move inside, walking from room to room, marching in place during television commercials, dancing slowly to their favorite music. Motion is life. When you stop moving, the body begins to shut down. Muscles weaken, bones lose density, circulation slows. The brain receives less oxygen, but when you move, when you walk, your body remembers what it was built to do. Let me tell you something else. Walking is not just about muscles and bones. It is deeply connected to your mental health. A study conducted by Stanford University found that walking increases creative output by up to 60%. When you walk, especially in nature or even just in sunlight, your brain releases endorphins. These are natural chemicals that fight depression and anxiety. Many of my older patients have told me that walking clears their mind. It gives them peace. It resets their mood. And studies from the National Institute on Aging back this up. Regular walking is associated with lower rates of cognitive decline and reduced risk of Alzheimer's disease. I know some people may be thinking, but doctor, I have arthritis, or I get tired quickly. And I understand. Truly I do. Pain is real. Fatigue is real. But I also know that movement heals. I have seen patients with arthritis who began with just 5 minutes a day, then 10, then 20. They used walking sticks or leaned gently against walls, but they did not stop, and with time their pain became more manageable. Their sleep improved, their blood pressure went down, their glucose levels stabilized, and most importantly, their spirits lifted. I had a patient named Ruth. She was 79 when I met her. She had survived breast cancer, raised 4 children, and lost her husband after 50 years of marriage. She lived alone. But every single morning at 6 o'clock, she would lace up her walking shoes and take a slow walk around her neighborhood. Her neighbors knew her. Children waved to her. She always had a small smile and a gentle nod. That walk was her medicine. It gave her rhythm. It gave her grounding. And when she turned 93, she invited me to her birthday party. She danced, not for long, but long enough to remind everyone in that room that life is still very much worth living. If you are 65 to 80 and you can still walk with strength and steadiness, you are holding a key to something sacred. You are defying a curve that wants to bend you down. You are resisting gravity in every sense of the word. You are saying to the world, I am still here. I still have power. And that power is not just in your legs, it is in your heart. It is in your will. It is in your belief that every step you take is a step toward life, not away from it. There is something else worth knowing. Walking stimulates the lymphatic system. That means your body is better at flushing out toxins, fighting infections, and keeping your immune system sharp. When older adults walk regularly, they have fewer hospital visits. They have fewer falls. They need fewer medications. And yes, they live longer. This is not anecdotal. This is statistical. This is biological. But beyond all the science, let me speak to your heart. If you are listening to this and you still have the ability to walk with energy and purpose, do not waste it. Celebrate it. Use it. Make it part of who you are. Walk in the morning light. Walk in the cool of evening. Walk with a friend. Walk with music. Walk with prayer. It does not matter how. What matters is that you do not stop. Because when you walk, you are giving your body the greatest gift. The gift of movement. The gift of connection. The gift of life. I know this world can be hard. I know aging can feel like a thief, stealing bits and pieces of you as time goes on. But walking is one of the few things it cannot take without your permission. Even if your pace slows, even if your steps are short, every single step is an act of rebellion against decline. Every single step says, I still belong here, I still matter. You may not win races, you may not climb mountains, but if you can still walk and walk well, you are walking into something profound. You are walking into your future. You are walking into more memories, more laughter, more love. And yes, you may very well be walking into 100 years of life. Because longevity is not just in the genes, it is in the choices. And one of the most powerful choices you can make is to keep moving. So I will say it again, not as a doctor now, but as someone who deeply cares. If you are between 65 and 80 and you can still walk briskly with balance and control, you are a rare gem. Cherish that, protect that, use that, and do not let a single day go by without honoring that gift. Because that simple, beautiful act of walking may be the very thing that carries you into your 100th birthday. And what a gift that would be. Not just for you, but for every life you touch along the way. You're not too old. You're just getting started. You're not too old. You're just getting started. I want you to let that sink in. Let it land deep in the part of your mind that still dreams. Let it reach the part of your heart that still hopes. Because no matter what your age is today, no matter what your birth certificate says, the truth is that the best of your life can still be ahead of you. This is not false encouragement. This is not blind optimism. This is a fact grounded in science, in medicine, and in the countless stories of real people who refused to believe they were done growing. I have seen it again and again, and I say it to you now not because I want to make you feel good, but because I know it is true. Many people reach 65 or 70 or 75 and quietly begin to believe a lie. The lie says that their time has passed, that the body is too tired, that the mind is slowing down, that it is time to wind down and expect less. But what the research tells us, what the real human experience shows us, is the exact opposite. Older adults are not winding down. They are often just getting started in ways that are more meaningful than ever before. In a study published in the Journals of Gerontology, researchers found that a sense of purpose was strongly linked to longevity. And here is what is important. Purpose does not belong to the young. Purpose belongs to the living, and you are still living. There is strong evidence that older adults can build new habits, rewire the brain, gain strength, learn new skills, and experience deep emotional growth well into their 70s and 80s. The idea that we peak in youth is outdated. Today, we know that the brain remains plastic for life. In fact, a study conducted by Harvard Medical School showed that adults in their 60s and 70s we're still capable of forming new neurons and creating fresh neural pathways through learning and movement. That means it is never too late to start something new. Whether it is learning a language, picking up painting, writing a memoir, or starting a daily walk, the brain is still responsive. You are still capable of change, and the body is just as remarkable. Sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle, is real, but it is not irreversible. Studies from the American College of Sports Medicine have shown that older adults who engage in strength training just 2 or 3 times a week can not only stop muscle loss, but actually build new muscle mass and increase bone density. That means your legs can grow stronger, your balance can improve, your endurance can increase. And with every step you take, with every movement you choose, your body responds by saying, I am still here. I can still grow. I remember a man named Joseph. He was 74 when he came to me after losing his wife. He told me he felt empty, lost, like the best part of his life had ended. But I saw something in him that he did not see in himself. I encouraged him to join a local group that met to walk and share stories. At first, he went reluctantly. He said very little. But one morning, he shared a memory from his childhood that made everyone laugh. And something shifted. He began to speak more. He offered advice. He brought coffee. He started writing stories about his wife, then about his war years, then about his grandchildren. 2 years later, he self-published a book. Not a best-selling book, but a book filled with life, with love, with humor. And he looked younger. He smiled more. He walked faster. He had purpose again. He was not too old. He was just getting started. If you are breathing, there is still time. Time to heal, time to grow, time to give, time to learn. Many of the most important contributions in history were made by people in their later years. Grandma Moses began painting seriously in her 70s. Nelson Mandela became president of South Africa at the age of 75. Benjamin Franklin invented bifocals in his late 70s. These are not exceptions. These are examples of what is possible when we stop seeing aging as an ending and start seeing it as a beginning. In the world of health, we now understand that mindset plays a powerful role in how the body ages. A study from Yale University followed over 600 older adults for more than 20 years. It found that those who had a positive view of aging lived an average of 7.5 years longer than those with a negative view. Not because they had better genes, but because they had better outlooks. They believed they still had something to live for. That belief shaped their choices. They moved more. They ate better. They engaged with people. They stayed curious, and their bodies followed suit. I want you to remember something. Aging is not a disease. It is a process, a natural one, a powerful one. And like any process, it can be influenced by movement, by connection, by purpose, by hope. Yes, your skin may wrinkle, your hearing may fade, your joints may creak, but none of that means your life has to shrink. You still have the power to expand, to stretch, to wake up tomorrow and do something that your younger self never thought possible. Do not listen to the voice that says it is too late. That voice is not your truth. That voice is fear, disguised as logic. The truth is, you are still needed. Your wisdom is needed. Your patience, your perspective, your ability to love with less judgment and more depth. Younger generations need your stories. Your community needs your presence. And you, more than anyone, need to know that you are not done yet. Every morning you wake up, you are offered a choice to fade away or to lean in, to settle or to seek, to accept decline or to begin again. You are not too old. You are just getting started. And I promise you, that belief alone can change everything. Because once you believe it, you will act on it. You will walk a little farther, sit a little less, breathe a little deeper, and dream a little bigger. So take today and claim it as your own. Let the years behind you be the foundation, not the finish line. Look ahead. Not with fear, but with fire. Because life still has chapters to write in you. And some of the most powerful pages may be the ones you're about to turn.